All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises, honor, and glory goes to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. YAHAWAH, bahasham, Brakathum to the hopeful elect. Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Taziyar Benyamin from the GMS Kansas City Church. I'm back. You know how we do it. Gotta get one in. Walk and talk. No title in mind. You know, but I'm gonna name this one. It's only temporary. Okay? It's only temporary. These are things that brothers told me in my hardest times, you know, in my darkest times. And the truth, you know, it's only temporary. And, you know, these things I want to repeat in this lesson. Because, you know, prophecy, I wouldn't say prophecy is calmed down, but we're waiting for the latest update. You know, we're waiting for the latest development in prophecy. So, you know, even through those things, we are prophets to the nations. We get into the world events. We get into the secret counsels of the wicked. But also, you know, on a certain level, we issue counsel. You know, we are counselors to you brothers and sisters that listen and learn on the internet. You know, we may not speak about everybody's specific situation, because everybody's situation is different, but you know, we still gonna give you the words of YAHAWASHI to help bring comfort to your lives, man. So Lord's will, you know, you get some comfort out of this video. But you know, with the title, it's temporary. Okay? So that means whatever feelings that you have, whatever circumstance that you have right now here in the current, right now here in the present, that doesn't mean that your circumstance, your feelings, your ailment, you know, your financial situation, your physical health condition, your mental health condition is not going to be like that permanently. Okay? It's not going to be like that permanently. And so, you know, a good way to help overcome certain situations you've been in is imagine yourself 6 months down the line. You know, you got an ultra vexation. You know, you got an ultra affliction on you. And all you think is the current moment. All you think is what you're dealing with now, how it makes you feel now. You know what I'm saying? How it's frustrating now. But when you think like, damn, 6 months from now, I'm about to be over this shit. You know, 6 months from now, I'm not even gonna be thinking about this shit. You know, 6 months from now, I'm gonna be better than this shit. Okay, because when you have those forward-thinking thoughts, you know, when you think not just in the present, but when you think in the future, that could calm yourself down because you get more centered. All right, Satan, when you have your afflictions and things like that, Satan wants to keep you in the present moment. He wants those feelings that you have in the present moment to be continuous. All right, when you have that negative energy upon your ass, it can grow into stress, and stress can turn into other physical ailments. See what I'm saying? I didn't know that. I didn't know that dealing with stress and things like that, and not really managing it or relieving it in the right ways, can become a hindrance and can cause more physical ailments. Like, I've been dealing with a lot of neck pain. You know what I'm saying? A lot of neck pain. Now that's also due to worldly injuries and things like that. You know, sleeping funny. You know, I'm a fucking wild ass sleeper. But you know, sleeping funny and all those things. But it's also stress. Okay, when certain stressors aren't relieved in your body, they get stored in your neck. And so I've been having a whole bunch of neck pain, but you know, I've been going to the chiropractor, going to the massage, getting massages, and all that stress is being relieved from my body, and you know, I feel better. All right. But once again, we got to remember the only thing that's permanent is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, the only thing that is permanent is being united with YAHAWASHI and the brethren. All right, so you can lose friends, you can lose women, you can lose family members. All right, and we know that if they're Israelites, they're gonna be back in the kingdom. But what we have now, the names of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, and the brethren. You know, if we be the elect, these things are forever, man. These things, you know, are long lasting. So let me get this. This one of the most beautiful scriptures in the Bible. This Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there is no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned to her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High, Yahweh, is with men, and he dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. It says, and the Most High Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. So that means everything that you experience in this society is temporary, because you know scriptures say the fashion of this world passeth away. All right, and right now the fashion or this world is fashioned to inflict nothing but pain, suffering, and sorrow upon you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners who are the biblical Israelites, man. All right, and so you know, when we keep that mindset and we keep that reminder in our heads that yeah, this shit sucks now. You know, I may not have this certain car. Hey, shit, even children. Cause let's just be straight up, every brother don't have their kids in their life, man. All right, and it's an unfortunate situation to know that there's multiple brothers that I know personally that don't have their kids in their lives, and you know that could eat you up as a father, because the scriptures tell you, you know, about the relationship between the father and the son, and how the Most High YAHAWASHI loves that and he appreciates that. But through the darkness of this world, those things are taken from brothers, man. And that's real unfortunate. And, you know, that's real fucked up. But, you know, brothers in no circumstance, remember, it's only temporary. All right, you may not be there to have the birds and the bees talk with your seed. You may not be there to take your seed out to the park. You know, you may not be there to do all the things that your flesh wants you to do. But understand, that's temporary. Because your seeds are going to return to you, bro. All right, brothers who got seeds and you ain't got them in your life, that don't mean they just gone forever. All right, but what you have to do is what? Hold on to what's everlasting. Hold on to Yahweh, to the names of Yahweh, YAHAWASHI, and hold on to the brethren. And as YAHAWASHI said, everybody that lost houses, you know, brethren, children, whatever it may be, is going to be restored unto you, man. And remember, the circumstance is only temporary, man. The circumstance is only temporary. All right, every woman that you lost, that's not gone, bro. Every woman that you claimed, that's not gone, bro. All right, what we have to do is keep working for our power and keep appeasing our power, so that once all these prophecies are accomplished, he will issue rewards to brothers, and the rewards that you have is permanent, man. All right, it ain't gonna be no woman taking your seed in the kingdom, man. All right, it ain't gonna be no wicked ass nigga that fucking steal your chariot. It ain't gonna be a wicked ass nigga that fucking steal your chariot and fucking wrecks your chariot, man. You see what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no fraudulent activity. It ain't gonna be no bad business deals in the kingdom. All right, so we understand each brothers, and also you sisters too. Each brothers, sisters, believers. You know, we have these circumstances that put pressure on us. All right, we have circumstances that frustrate us, but remember, it's only temporary, man. All right, and I'm saying that because, you know, during the time when I was going through my situation, you know, brothers would tell me that, but I wasn't really like soaking it in. You know, some things you hear, but you don't, you know, some things you may hear, but you don't really feel, you know. Somebody can say, oh yeah, I hear you, but it takes another thing to say, oh, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? So brothers used to tell me these things, you know, I would hear them, but I ain't really feel them. But now that I'm, you know, older, and not older, like, I ain't no elder, but now that I'm a little bit more seasoned, I'll say it that way. Now that I'm a little bit more seasoned in the spirit and just meditating on the temporary condition that we all have, that will renew your patience for more, man. So let me get this. Oh, shit. Yep. Psalm 37:7. It says, rest in the Lord, YAHAWASHI, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in the way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. It says, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait on the Lord, YAHAWASHI, they shall inherit the earth, man. All right, because, hey, we willing to wait as long as it takes to obtain something that's incorruptible. All right, we willing to wait as long as it takes to obtain something that's permanent, man. See what I'm saying? If you in a rush to get come ups in this world, shit, the scriptures tell you, and I quoted it earlier, but the fashion of this world passes away. You know, all the works in this world, everything that these people dedicated their lives to, they call it their lives work, is going to be dissolved, man. It's going to be dissolved. The only thing that we have on this side to truly hold on to is our faith, the names of YAHAWASHI, and the brethren. Okay, these are the aspects of the kingdom of come. These are the aspects of the kingdom that are here on this planet Earth now. And they're going to be there through the transition of kingdoms. And they're going to be there forever through the kingdom of Yasharallah, man. All right, so, you know, I just wanted to say that. Remember that. You know, every situation you got, it's only temporary, man. All right, it's only temporary. How about Shemel Shah is about to show us life more abundantly, man. And you want to be there to reap the benefits of that. So, you know, just a quick lesson, quick thought through the spirit. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahawah Shemel Shah. Shalom.